with the thunder, baby, might just clap your crew.
What's going on, people of YouTube? It's Bulls to the Wall Trading coming at you again with another video. This is going to be my watch list for Friday, April 13th, 2018. So I say this in all my videos for new viewers or people that are trying to figure out what this is. It's basically me, which is an average Joe that learns to trade. Just basically teaching you how to trade, giving you some insight, giving you some tips, and hopefully you learn from me. I know that this can be overwhelming, but the goal of this channel and the reason why I created this channel is to simplify trading and get you guys to see that it is really not as hard as it seems. You have to do work, you have to do some research, you have to learn it, but after that, I promise you guys it's not as hard as it looks. So if you're interested in trading, or if you are familiar with trading but just want to see how other people trade, then do me a favor, hit subscribe and like, and hopefully you can learn a little something from me. I'm not a financial planner nor a financial advisor, so anything that I discuss here is just my opinion. I will not tell you what stocks to buy, I won't tell you what stocks to sell. That's not what I'm about. I rather teach you guys and give you information so that you guys can decide what's good and what's bad, and what to buy and what not to buy. Man, I had a thought but I forgot. So please do your own research. I have a chat room through the Discord app. I will leave the link in the description, so feel free to join that. Man, I was gonna say something but I forgot. Anyways, I do a day trading section of the video, then I go into swing trading. There's a big difference between the two. You could just do a Google search and you'll see the difference. It's night and day. So just you know, see what the difference is and figure out what style of trading would be best for you. With all these videos, I always say that there are many ways of trading. I just go over my way of trading. That does not mean that that is the best way of trading. That does not mean that that is the only way of trading. That does not mean that you should trade how I trade. All that it means is that out of all the different strategies and things that I've learned and things that I've used and books that I've read and videos and all that, what I have found that works for me is what I put into these videos. Some people might look at my videos and my strategies and how I do things and say that's stupid. And that's totally fine, because maybe to them it doesn't make sense. Maybe they do it differently. And that doesn't mean that they're right and I'm wrong. It just means that they like to do things a little differently. And that's totally fine. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody likes to do things a little bit differently. But I discuss my ways, and hopefully if you like my way, you can learn from it. So alright, let's get to it. So the first one for my day trading watch list, it's not gonna be MNKD because this chart looks crappy. It's gonna be WFT, and today we had a pretty good day in the markets. We had a green day. I think we closed in the Dow Jones like up 300 points, so that's pretty good. That most likely means that tomorrow is going to be a red day with the way the market has been. It's been really unpredictable, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. But as far as day trading, what I like to do is I like to find stocks that are moving up or that have moved up, and I like to trade the high. What does that mean? I basically look for the high of the day, which is right here. It'll tell you $2.71, and I draw a line right there, or if you want to get technical, a resistance line. So it would be this purple line. Now, the way trading the high works is that you want the stock to keep moving across, and then tomorrow for the stock to cross the purple line or resistance line with good volume, and that could indicate that the stock will take off. Me personally, I like to see a stock continue to move through the post-market and the pre-market. So if this stock tomorrow in the morning isn't really doing anything, I wouldn't even consider it. That's just me. That does not mean that you have to do the same. That's just my personal choice. But as you can see here, it's touched $2.71 several times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So that's a pretty big resistance right there. So if it can get through that $2.71 with volume, that could be an indicator that it'll take off. Nothing is guaranteed in the markets. What do I mean by that? You might say, okay, well, it's at let's say it goes up to $2.72. You might throw everything in the kitchen sink. And then what happens? It comes crashing down and you lose everything. Next thing I know, you're sending nasty comments. Oh, I lost all my money, blah, blah, blah. You guys have to understand that nobody knows what these stocks are going to do. Nobody. Nobody. We're all just taking guesses here. The best thing that we can do is look at what the chart is telling us and take an educated guess. So you have to understand that if it does cross at this situation $2.71 and you buy in, let's say at $2.72, there is a possibility that the stock could come down and you'll lose money. That's something that you have to be comfortable with. And there is a chance that it could just take off and you'll make money. That's also something that you have to be comfortable with. A lot of people that I try to teach this to, they just say, well, I don't want to lose money. And that's the most outlandish thing I've ever heard. Like, and when you invest, you're taking a risk. There's no way around it. The next one is DPW. This is another one that today it had a pretty good day. This is exactly what I like to see, movement in the pre-market. So this one would have been a good one today. So it moved in the pre-market. So that's a beautiful setup right there. And it just went crazy all day, and it's still moving in the post-market, and it even made a high in the post-market. So we would put our line right there at 130, and then you guys know the rest. Price crosses above 130 with good volume, and it's a chance it could take off. But again, you have to understand that things could go south and it could go down. What do I mean by good volume? Look at this first candle right here when the market opened. It almost had 1 million in volume, and you can see the volume right here. So look at that, 880,000, almost 1 million. Let's compare it to one of these candles, 19,000. Huge difference. Volume is what drives everything. So that's why I always stress the fact that you need to have good volume. This right here was a perfect setup. It was moving in the pre-market, it had good volume, and as soon as it opened, it took off. So if I would have been looking at this one in the pre-market, I would have identified my pre-market high, which would have been right around here. And as you can tell, it's a valid resistance because it touched here, 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 like 4 or 5 times. And what happened as soon as the stock opened, it came up, crossed our resistance line, and then it just took off. So this one would have been a beautiful setup, or this one was a beautiful setup, and it worked out. So that's exactly what we want to see. The next one, GERN. Oops. Alright, so where's the high? Right here at 417. We draw our resistance line, and you guys know the rest. Look at the movement after the market closed. It's still being bought and sold, and it's still moving close. It's moving closer to that resistance actually. So this is another good one. We want it to cross 417 obviously tomorrow morning when the market opens, if it has good volume, and in my case, for my liking, if it kept moving in the pre-market, then it could be a good indication to get in. G Pro, another good one. The high is at 530 and still moving in the post market. So same situation. We have a couple good ones today, and this is because the market had a good day. VSTM. So the high of this one at 420, right around there, and it's kind of creeping back up even after. Yep, you guys see that jump? It just went from 412 to 414. So this one's creeping up after the market closed. So again, let's keep an eye on this one and see what happens. There's another one from somebody in the chat this morning. I think their name is Poison JBL or something like that. I apologize if I got that wrong. They mentioned they got into this stock, MARA, as a day trade. And this is another beautiful setup. It was doing nothing yesterday, but then look at all this movement in the pre-market. This is what I like to see, a lot of movement, because that indicates that something good can happen, or it's being bought and sold, which tells you there's a lot of momentum. So the way that I would have done this, I said I would have said to myself, well, where's the pre-market high? It would have been at this point right here, right around there. So I would have drawn my resistance line right there. And as soon as the market opened, the candle went up, it crossed above. Look at the volume, almost a million, 973,000. And then after that, it just went from around $1.40 to the high of $1.65. So you could have gone in and out within 5 to 10 minutes and walked away with a nice little profit. So good catch on that one. And shout out to them for sharing that one with me. All right, now let's move it over to swing trading. Let me change my charts here. As far as swing trading, today I got out of DDR. I've been holding this one for almost like a month. I bought in right here. This was on March 22nd, and it just shot up. And then today I sold because it broke through the last moving average. So as soon as it went under this moving average, it hit my stop and it sold. So I went from $7 to, I think I sold at $7.33, I believe, somewhere around there. So I made a good little profit. So I'm out of DDR. Yesterday I didn't make a video, but BTG finally had a good day. It just went crazy. I wanted it to keep its high up here at $3.02, but it retracted and it closed at $2.89. Today we had another green day, so hopefully it can continue that and just work its way back up to my target area, which is around $3.09. XXII, this is just consolidating, hasn't done anything really. I got in right here around 235 and it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, nothing really going. ESV, this is probably one of my best ones in a while. I got in at 445 and this one just started ripping, and it continues to go up, so I'm doing pretty good on this one. I definitely like the fact that the 20 moving average is starting to curl up. Hopefully it can cross over the 50 and just keep going up. Definitely like where this is going. So let's see. I didn't really see anything that I liked today as far as swings or possible swings. AKS, I thought about getting in right here, but I didn't like the gap right here between this line of support, which is this blue line, and where it's currently trading. I would like to see it go down a little bit more. The way that I swing trade is I like to do bounce plays, which means that I like the stock to come down, bounce off of support, and shoot back up. But that difference from where it's trading to where support is, I didn't really like it. ESV, that's the one that I'm currently in. NGD is one that I'm watching, or was watching, because when I was watching it, it didn't cross the support. So this one fell below support. So for my taste, for my liking, this one isn't good anymore. So I'm gonna unmark it. VER, this is one that it's right at support. So depending on the action that we see tomorrow, it could be a possible bounce play. NE, this one is not good anymore, so I'm gonna unmark it. CX, this one's not good anymore. DDR, that's the one that I was in, that I sold today. It's not good anymore. GFI. Alright, this one we wanted to keep coming down to support and hopefully see a green day, and we could get in and hopefully have a nice little ride up. SGYP, this chart doesn't really look all that good to me. I thought about getting in, but I'm not a fan of the chart, and then the candles are really small throughout, so it's not really a big mover. SPN, this one isn't good for now. HOV, let's see, wanted to come down to support again. PAH, it's right at support, so let's see what happens tomorrow. ARLZ, I thought about getting in on this one as well. As you can see, it's kind of bouncing, well, it's not kinda, it is bouncing off support, as you can tell right here. But again, I looked at the chart, and if you look at it, it's really just going sideways. It had a nice spike right here, but then after that it just continued to go sideways. So it's really nothing exciting for me to say, whoa, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's really just kind of flat, and it had one big spike, and then it just went back to being flat. So when I analyzed the chart a little better, I decided to stay out of it. XII, that's the one that I'm currently in also. Alright, so that is it for swing trading. Now I do have a couple of stocks that somebody in the chat room wanted me to check out from Splooshy Splashy. What's going on, Splooshy? So we have MYO as a swing trade. So before I give you my opinion, Splooshy, and for anybody out there, like I said in the beginning of my video, this is just my opinion. It does not mean that this is how you should feel. It does not mean that if I say I don't like it, that you shouldn't like it. It doesn't mean that if I say I like it, that you should like it. If you really, really like it, go for it. You know, you guys have to tune out the noise and go with your gut and go with what you think is right. Okay, so MYO, we are looking at it as a swing trade. So for my type of swing trading, I don't see this as a good chart. Why? Because similar to the last one that I just showed you, it's just kind of going sideways. It's moving in a horizontal pattern. It's not going up and down, up and down, up and down. It had a nice little spike here, but then it just went right back to cruising along, not really causing too much commotion and too much action. So I don't see it as being a good one. You know, that's just me though. Like, what I would do is, you know, you got some support, maybe you're right around here. Whoops, I got the wrong tool. So there's some support coming from here all the way to here. You know, for my style of trading, I don't see this as being a good one. But maybe you like to trade a different kind of swing. Maybe you have a different strategy, and that's fine. But for me, I wouldn't do anything with this one. And what's the volume? Let me see. Let me just type it in here. MYO. Oh, it only had 93,000 for a day. That's not good at all. Yeah, this isn't a really good one. It only traded 93,000 times. And the last couple days, 160, 389. Yeah, this isn't really traded heavily. So I would just, you know, recommend that you think twice before investing in this one. If you really, really like it though, go for it. Me personally, I like to trade high volume. But this one didn't even break 100,000 today as far as volume goes. So that's not a good sign. The next one is ZSAN. Okay, let's see. So for my style of trading, I would have my support right around here. There's a big drop, so let's see what happened. Something must have happened. Closing of public offering of common stock. Wall Street popped. When did this happen? 328. Plummets after stock offering filed, assumed to price at deep discount. So yeah, so offering at 45 discount, shares tumble 43%. So there's some bad news going on with this stock. It had a huge drop from about, I mean, we could go from here from $16, $17 to about $4 or about $5. Um, the chart isn't telling me much. I don't, you know, these small candles right here are, I mean, horrible to be honest. Um, but it is close to support. It is close to previous support. This is me again. I don't want to influence anybody. Me, I would probably get in just because it has a low risk, high reward. What do I mean by that? If this thing all of a sudden starts trading, it has the potential to go back up to $16. Let's say $10, you know, at least $10. But if it goes south, I mean, you could get out at $3.61 or at $4, whatever you feel comfortable with. I've done that before. It's worked out before and it's gone against me. So really, chart-wise, I'm not seeing it attractive, but you know, this drop in price is making it enticing for a low risk, high reward situation. But again, you guys have to decide on your own what you like and what you don't like. And the other one is as a day trade, and it is for DCAR. Oh, all right. So if I'm looking at this, I'm saying, well, this chart is crap all throughout here. And then towards the end of the day, it just took off. So do we have any news? No, we don't. So why did it take off? It went from 217 to the high of 240. With no news, to me, that's kind of shady, because if something jumps, you know, this high, it should have some news. It does. The chart looks attractive though. Regardless, it spiked up close to the market close. It made new highs at the or during the post-market session. So I would do like we do when we do day trading. I would put my resistance line right there at the high. It is trending down though after it made that high, but I would just keep this one on watch. And see how it performs in the pre-market. If you're like me, if it starts trading a lot in the pre-market, then for sure keep an eye on it. But if it's not trading a lot in the pre-market, then I wouldn't trade it. But again, that's just my style. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Nope. That is it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Again, this is the watch list for April 13, 2018. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for everybody that's been with me since day one. I never thought that I would make it to 100 plus subscribers, so I definitely appreciate the love. I appreciate all the positive vibes. I hope you guys are learning. Let me know if you are, if you aren't, if I talk too fast, if I talk too slow, if I'm confusing you. Whatever it is, I'm just here to help you guys out. So if you need anything from me, you can count on me. I'm here to help you guys out and hopefully help you to see that this isn't really that hard. Have a good night, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday.